A lot of people seem to have the wrong idea about wealth and charity, and they think that if we give charity, we will lose out. We won't have money, so we can't give charity because they're thinking about the world in terms of mathematics. Unfortunately, some people have the idea that you give something, you will lose it. It will not come back. You will not have anything. You'll be very poor. This is the idea that we're told that the devil, Shaitan, tells people like this so that they will not give things. But in reality, it doesn't work that way because um, we're told from this hadith and from others that the more you give, the more you will get. And in reality, that's more of a logical idea than the more you give, the more you will lose. Because in reality, um, there are many ways that you can gain from giving wealth. I mean, one of the ways is that when you give wealth and you start, you know, provide giving things to people, maybe one day you will be in need and they will give you. I mean, this is one of the ways. I mean, but this isn't the meaning of this hadith. But this is one of the logical ways that why, your wealth may increase if you give charity. And other ways are that you know you'll be blessed more because blessings increase wealth. And it's not just giving charity, but also if we are grateful for what we have, this increases our blessings and our wealth. And giving from our wealth increases. It's like saying thank you as well. So it's like being grateful. You're acknowledging that mal- this wealth is from God. So it's like you're saying thank you. So if we are grateful for what we have, we're told that we will be given more. And some, when people think of the world in terms of mathematics, and that you will give something and then it will not be there and lose it, the world does not really work that way because in reality we give things and we get increased all the time. For example, once I decided I was I saw one woman in the street and she was poor, so I gave her um, one piece of bread that I bought from the baker's. So this woman, she took it, and when I got home, I found that my friend had put a um, whole bag of bread on my bed. So she'd actually brought me a whole bag of bread, and I ended up with a lot of bread. And this kind of thing happened to me many times. That when I gave a small amount of money as well, I someone not related to this incident, and they did not know about me giving a small amount of money, came and gave me a large amount of money. So life is not based upon mathematics that you give and lose something. Actually, the more you give things, the more you'll find that somehow you will get things as well. And I mean, people, there are many theories about the law of attractions and the law of different things. We're told that you know there's like a pull. You can bring good things to yourself. I mean, this is in terms of these kind of psychological theories and these kind of mystical theories. But in terms of religion, we know that Allah is the controller of everything. And we're told in another hadith that the angels, they pray for the person who gives charity in the morning. They pray in the morning for them, and they ask Allah to increase them. And they pray for the mean person, the person who's trying to not give their money, to not spend their money. They ask Allah to make them a loser. And this as well, I've noticed as well in life, and that when you try to save money or you try to save something, you can't actually. It will decrease. Um, I remember once I really wanted to save for something, and then I started to feel very, very mean. I thought, okay, I'm just going to save all of my money, and I'm not going to spend anything, and not going to give any charity until I've done what I want to do with this money. So I tried to save very hard, but what happened was things in my house kept breaking. There's no, I have no idea or reason why this happened. Just I noticed one thing after another. Then I had to repair this. My money was going to repair this thing, and then the next thing, something else broke. I had to repair that. Then I had to buy something else new. Then I had to pay for something else. I needed to go to the doctor. The money went to the doctor. I had to go and buy new shoes. The money went to the shoes, and the money was going in these different things. So one thing I noticed is that if you try to keep money or something to yourself, it will just end up going in other things. You'll end up having many doctor's appointments, for example, and it will all go to the doctor. Or it will all go because you'll break plates and different things, and you'll end up going to these things. When you spend money in charity, these accidents and these ways of taking money don't seem to happen so much. This is what I seem to have noticed, and maybe many people would disagree with me or say that this is not a scientific evidence. But I mean, people can look at this, try this for themselves. Try withholding your money and see all the things that will happen. All the things that's gonna start breaking and happening. And on the other hand, try giving your money. Experiment for yourself. See what happens when you give money. Does it come back to you? Do you really find that there's an increase in your wealth? Um, and in reality, if you look around the world as well, a lot of very mean people. I mean, I don't see. Yes, okay, maybe there are some rich people who are the mean people, but you see some of the rich people who are actually happy and enjoying their wealth and enjoying their lives. They're the people who they like to give. I mean, if you see someone who's wealthy but mean, they don't seem happy, and they don't seem happy with their wealth. Their face looks, you know, very tight, and they're not enjoying their wealth, and they're not even maybe enjoying their life, and maybe they're not even using their money, but they're just worried about someone taking it, and they stay worried about it in the bank. But when you see some people, they're actually very wealthy, and they give freely from their money, and you see in their face that they're actually very happy and relaxed people. So you find that it's not just a matter of giving wealth and gaining more wealth. There are other things that you gain from giving charity as well. In general, people, they seem to gain better health. When you see the people who are giving, their lives are more positive, and they like to give to people. You see that they, in general, from what I see, they have better health, especially better mental health. Because obviously you'll find people who maybe they don't have physical health well, but you'll still see them smiling and happy, even if you know their physical health is not so great. People who like to give from themselves, from their wealth, they're very happy to help people, to give charity. You see that they have a lightness about themselves. Their face is softer. It's not in that kind of mean, sharp look that these grumpy people have, and they just seem generally a lot happier. And the people who tend to give their wealth more, they're very happy to give their wealth. The people who are withholding, if you see, they don't seem happy about that as well. I mean, a lot of the people who are very mean and holding their wealth, they have a lot of worry about what will happen to their wealth. They put it in the bank, but still they're very worried about someone taking it from the bank. And the whole time is spent worrying about that. And they'll end up worrying about other things as well. They have all these doctor's appointments because they were not giving charity, so it's going to some other thing. Because at the end of the day, our sustenance and our rizq, the amount that we're supposed to have for everything, we are told that it's written in with Allah how much a person will have in their life. So if a person a person will not die until they've taken all the things that Allah has written for them to have in their life. And our sustenance is only the thing that we benefit from. So for example, money in the bank is not called our rizq for us. It's not called our sustenance because we did not use it. Money in the bank, for example, if someone dies, money in the bank will go to someone who is going to inherit from them. So it's not their money in the end. It's gone to go to somebody else. That person did not benefit from it. And for example, money someone put in a place or in a bank and it was stolen. Again, they will not benefit from this. So we say this money is not from that person's rizq. For example, someone stole it. It's from the person who stole its rizq, but it came in the wrong way, because it's not allowed for someone to steal things. So this person, they have their rizq, but they've taken it in the wrong way. So okay, now maybe we're talking on another topic, but still, now we can say that wealth, if we want to increase it and if we want to bless it, first we have to acknowledge that it's from Allah and be grateful for it. And if we give from it, we should know that Allah will increase us in it, increase us in blessings. So we will find we always have wealth, and we will find that Allah provides for us in different ways. As I mentioned, sometimes people will just come and give you money, or you'll suddenly find that you have a pay rise, because Allah is the controller of the world. We're not alone in this world. People who sit and worry about money and sit and worry about how they can increase it, they forget that it's not them who will increase their money. It's Allah who will increase them. So if we ask Allah and we take the ways to do that, we can increase our wealth in this way. And in this month of Ramadan, from the Sunnah, the Prophet, peace be upon him, he said he was like a whirlwind. He would just give and give and give a lot of money to the poor. And this is why many of the companions, they loved him, because he was not afraid from poverty, and he is an example for us. He was not afraid from poverty. He gave from his wealth freely, and from his time. And some of the very poor Arabs at that time, they said that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is not afraid of poverty. And sometimes he would give from all his wealth so that everything finished, and still he was not worried. I mean, all of us, we will be worried, okay, I gave everything away, that means that I will not have anything. But of course, in the end, the next day or something, of course he would have money and things to provide for. And this is the way that the companions were in the time of the Prophet, peace be upon him. He said that Aisha, his wife, after the death of the Prophet, peace be upon him, she used to fast, and people used to come to her house at times, and they would ask for food. So once she asked her servant to give one woman her food. When she's given the servant her food, when she's given the woman her food, she said, "I wish you had reminded me to," because she had nothing to break her fast with. And the same thing with Ali, the cousin of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He'd give people who come to his door and they say they need food, so he would give the food away. And then in the end, he said he didn't have anything to break his fast with. So this was how the early Muslims were. They were, like Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is described as a whirlwind. The others would just give from them whatever they had. And this, you know, it's not just the wealth that people give and share in this. It's the feeling of love and support between people. Because this is what I find, when someone gives you something or when you give something, it increases the love and it increases the feelings of support and good feelings between people. So you'll find that people who give more, they're more beloved to people, they're more closer to people, and so they're more content with others around them. They feel better with people, and so in general, you'll find as well that things will come back to you as well. I mean, people who've given a lot in their lives, they'll find that maybe at some point they are in need. Normally, I mean, I can't say all the time, but normally, if someone has been like that all of their lives, they will find that they'll be in the company of people like them. So when they're in need, they'll have people supporting them, and they'll have people remembering them that you did this for me this time, and you helped me in this time. I have to help you now, and I'm not going to leave you now. I remember what you did for me. So giving brings us a lot of good in many ways, and in this month we can help to increase ourselves in giving, and in the ways that we can do, obviously, according to everyone's wealth. For example, a poor person, what they give is a lot, obviously going to be a lot less than a rich person. But all people, maybe they can find a small amount that would just help them to increase and bless their wealth and earn reward in this month. Because in this month, giving a small amount is like you gave a large amount. All our good deeds in this month are increased. So we can take a lot of reward from doing a lot less in this month, and we shouldn't waste our time with these things. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have comments, please leave them, and if you like the video, please like it, and if you wanted to subscribe, please subscribe as well. Thank you.